Hello everyone. Earlier we have done with one type of the reproduction, that is so called as asexual reproduction, and the term asexual, it indicates that there is no more involvement of gametes or sex cells. So we have done with asexual reproduction and its type. Now we will start with sexual reproduction. So the name itself indicates sexual, that is nothing but there must be involvement of fusion of two compatible gametes. Okay, so there must be sex cells, there must be two compatible gametes. All organism reaches to maturity in their life before they can reproduce sexually. So before undergoing reproduction process or before producing their young ones, each organism for each organism it is necessary that it should reach to maturity. In plants, the end of in plants में कैसे होता है that we will see. In plants, the end of vegetative phase or juvenile phase that marks the beginning of the reproductive phase and can be easily seen in higher plants at the time of flowering. So whatever that maturity phase is there, as far as plants are concerned, where it will start at the time of flowering. So before flowering, whatever part is there, that is the earlier part, and once it starts flowering, it indicates that that plant has turned into the reproductive state or reproductive phase. Okay, next, the flower is specialized reproductive structure of a plant in which the sexual reproduction takes place. So plant में जो sexual reproduction होता है वो flower पे ही होता है, and that's why it is a specialized reproductive structure of a plant in which sexual reproduction takes place. The function of a flower is to produce haploid gametes. Haploid मतलब जिसमें एक ही cell है, haploid gametes, and to ensure that the fertilization will takes place. And therefore बाद में that once those haploid gametes are produced, then it leads to fertilization. So typical flower consists of 4 different parts or whorls. Those parts are also called as whorls. So which are those parts that we will see? One, it refers to calyx, second is corolla, then androecium and gynoecium. So sexual reproduction involves 2 major events. पहले क्या होता है? One, it refers to meiosis. Meiosis मतलब that cell undergoes division or that nucleus undergoes division and fusion of that gametes. Fusion of that gametes to form a diploid zygote. Diploid मतलब 2 cell zygote will be formed. The production of generally dissimilar offsprings. And most of the time those offsprings are there. They are said to possess some sort of similarities, but it is most of the time and दिस सिमिलैरिटी जो है वो उसमें ऑफस्प्रिंग्स में या यंग वंस में ज़्यादा रहेंगे. सो वेरिएशंस आर यूजफुल from the point of the survival and the evaluation of species over the time. So those dissimilarities are called variations and which are responsible for the survival of the life. So what is sexual reproduction basically? So it is nothing but characterized by fusion of male and female gamete. So male and female gamete or those cells undergoes uniting. So that is fertilization and the formation of a new cell which is so called as zygote, and the process is called embryogenesis. The sequential events that occur in the sexual reproduction are grouped in 3 categories. So fertilization, it includes 3 categories or 3 stages, not categories. One, it refers to pre-fertilization. Second, it refers to fertilization. And third, it refers to post-fertilization. So male reproductive whorl, it is called as androecium. और उसमें क्या क्या रहता है? So individual member of androecium, it is called stamen. Stamen consists of a filament. Okay, so that downside filament is there. Then next to that there is a connective, which is in between filament and anther, and next part is uppermost part is nothing but anther. Okay, so next we will see the detailed structure of anther, that is nothing but structure of anther. So what is anther basically? An immature stage of anther, it is represented by a group of parenchymatous cells. Parenchymatous cells मतलब जो cells which are made up of those cells which are made up of cellulose, okay, or cells with thin cellulosic wall. So that tissue is surrounded by the single layer epidermis. So if you observe this, see, this is the outermost epidermis, and next to that one more type of cells are present, okay, inside the epidermis. Okay, inside the epidermis, those are so called as parenchymatous cells. Anther is generally dithecous, that is it's said to possess 2 lobes and tetrasporangiate, that is, it is having 4 sacs. So see, if you observe this, there are 2 lobes. Okay, see upside on the left hand side there are 2 lobes, on the right hand side there are 2 lobes. So therefore it is said to be dithecus, and it is having 4 sacs, 1 2 3 4, and therefore it is called as tetrasporangiate. In dithecus anther, 4 pollen sacs are present, so that's why it is so called as tetrasporangiate. In monothecus, anther consists of only one sac, consists of only one anther, and that anther contains 2 pollen sacs. In dithecus, there are 4 pollen sacs are present, and therefore it is called a tetrasporangiate. Heterogeneity, that is differentiation. Differentiation arises when some hypodermal cell get transformed into the archisporial cell. See, so the both that dithecus and monothecus type of that anther, so their differentiation, it arises when this hypodermal cell get transformed into archisporious cells. Archisporious cells means those cells which have tendency to get divide, okay, to form these spores. So those are called as archisporial cells. Next, TS of anther. So if you are going to take transverse section of that anther, तो anther कैसा दिखेगा? That is nothing but the diagram it has been shown over here. The archisporial cell, that is the cell in the sporangium that give rise to spores. So that is nothing but archisporial. It divides into inner sporangious cells and outer primary parietal cell. So the outermost portion दिख रहा है आपको, the red color cells, those are so called as inner outer parietal cell. Sporangious cells form sporangious tissue. Each of the sporangious tissue is capable of giving rise to microspore tetrad. So what is that microspore tetrad? That we will see later. The parietal cell undergoes division to form anther wall layers, and the wall of mature anthers consists of 4 layers. So you are observed. See, this is a dehiscence anther, and that outermost lining, the red lining दिख रहा है, it is consisting of, or next to that there are 3 layers upside and inside. So there are total 4 layers, and the epidermis is the outermost protective layer, which is made up of a tabular flattened cells. So if you observe the diagram, there is the epidermis, that is the outermost layer present. Then microsporangenesis, what it means? Each microspore mother cell divide meiotically to form tetrad of haploid microspores, that is pollen grains. So if you observe this, see, microspores, see in this diagram microspores are going to form, okay, so this is so called as tetrad. So each microspore mother cell divide meiotically to form tetrad of haploid microspore. So if you observe the diagram, see, initially there is only one cell with the nucleus, diploid nucleus. It undergoes meiosis and it results into formation of 2 nucleus within the same cell. Then in second stage, what will happen? Each nuclei undergoes division and it results into formation of 4 nuclei. Okay, so that is again meiosis second stage, and that haploid nuclei. So there are 4 haploid nuclei inside the cell, and these are so called microspores. And since it is consisting, this type of cell is so called as tetrad. Okay, so each microspore mother cell divide to form a tetrad, which is consisting of haploid microspores. Endothecium is the subepidermal layer made up of radially elongated cell with a fibrous thickening, and inner to endothecium there is middle layer, which is made up of a thin walled cell which may disintegrate into the mature anther. Tapetum is the innermost nutritive layer of anther wall, and it immediately encloses the sporangious tissue, that is microspore mother cell. See, in this diagram, the outermost layer it has been shown, it is epidermis. Next to that is middle layer. Okay, so there are 2 middle layers are observed, that is 2 and 3. So this is second and third layers, and inside that there is a tapetum. Okay, so that is nothing but the innermost layer present. So these are the 4 layers present in anther. So tapetum is the innermost nutritive layer of anther wall, and it immediately encloses the sporangious tissue. So next to that, that is a structure of pollen grain. So below that diagram there is a title hidden. It's somewhat red in the red ink. Okay, so that title is structure of pollen grain. So what is that pollen grain that we will see? The typical pollen grain is a non-motile haploid unicellular body with a single nucleus. So in 11th, I think you have done with dissection of hibiscus flower. In that whatever the anther is there, that is allowed to tap over the slide, and that you have observed inside the microscope. Okay, आपने 11th में practical किया रहेगा कि that anther from that hibiscus flower, it is tapped onto the slide, and by placing cover slip, it was observed on inside onto that microscope. So उधर जो structure दिखता है, that looks like this. Okay, that is nothing but pollen grain. So what it is consisting of? So it is surrounded by 2-layered wall, which is called sporoderm. So outermost wall, it is so called as sporoderm. The outer layer is exine, which is thick, and it is made up of complex non-biodegradable substance, which is called sporopollenin. So diagram में दिख रहा है. Okay, this is called entine, the outermost wall. That exine, the outermost wall, it is made up of a substance which is called sporopollenin. Then it may be smooth or with a sculptured pattern. Okay, so sometimes it may be smooth, that is outermost surface smooth rahega. Otherwise, see, if you observe this, there is a sculptured pattern present onto that exine. Okay, depending upon the species, kaun si species hai. Then it is resistant to chemicals, and at some places exine is a very thin, showing thin areas which are so called as germ pores. Okay, so if you observe this, see, there are the areas shown onto that outermost part, that is exine, which are nothing but germ pores. These are meant for the growth of emerging pollen tube during germination of a pollen grain. So through that germ pore, that pollen tube will come out during germination. And the inner layer wall, that is entine, that is consisting of cellulose and pectin. Okay, so the exine के अंदर जो wall दिख रहा है, see, if you observe this, so exine के अंदर एक wall दिख रहा है, the innermost wall, that is so called as entine, and it is made up of cellulose and pectin. Okay, so up to this is nothing but we have started with sexual reproduction, then we have started with TS of anther, and then we have seen pollen grains. Okay, the structure of pollen grain. So whenever you start preparing notes as far as the that sexual reproduction is concerned, what you are supposed to write is, first you will write it involves fusion of 2 sex cells. Okay, next you will write flower is the specialized reproductive structure of a plant in which sexual reproduction takes place, and the function of flower is to produce haploid gametes and to ensure that fertilization will take place. तो ये 3 पॉइंट आप लिखोगे. Then typical flower consists of whorls, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Then sexual reproduction involves 2 major events, meiosis and fusion of gametes to form a diploid zygote, and the production of genetically dissimilar offsprings. Then sexual reproduction is characterized by the fusion of male and female gametes, that is fertilization, formation of a zygote and embryogenesis. Okay, and sequential events consist of pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. Male reproductive part of or the whorl of that flower is called androecium, and individual member of androecium is called stamen. Stamen consists of filament, connective and anther. Then it will start with structure of anther. All points you are supposed to write with the diagram TS of anther. इधर भी आपको पूरे points लिखने हैं. Then microsporogenesis, what it is, how it turns into tetrad. Okay, that then how many layers are present, which are those layers, these are made up of what, that you are supposed to write, that is endothecium. Then next to endothecium there are 1 to 2 layered, and next to that is nothing but tapetum. So this tetrad formation you are supposed to write, which is called microsporogenesis, and at the end you will write structure of pollen grain. So diagram you are supposed to draw, and this 3 to 4 points which are there, which explain the structure of pollen grains, that you are supposed to write. So in next part, again it ending with the inner wall layer. Entine consists of cellulose and pectin. Next part we will start with development of male gametophyte. Thank you.